Hi everyone, it's the Chief back again for another review. Haven't been doing any reviews as of late for the last couple of weeks. Unfortunately, things happened and I got time away from the for the family because things happened, and then I went on holiday with the family for a week, which was great. Spent some time in Butlins, of all places. Now, I haven't actually been to Butlins since I was probably about 10, 11 years old. And going back there, it kind of like, for me, it kind of like, I didn't realise how expensive it was, but my kids enjoyed it, and that was the most important thing. But yeah, we had a blast there, so I can't complain about that. But it did cost a hell of a lot of money. Yeah, not a lot of things free like they used to be. But anyhow, and with the show, as they say, I've decided to. In fact, I can't believe I haven't even done this figure yet, which is my Generation 1 Ultra Magnus. Still all boxed up. And that's the artwork itself there. Character-wise, he's a soldier and he kills things, and he likes it. Well, I wouldn't say he likes it, but he knows what to do, which is kill things. Comic book-wise, he's a one-man army enforcer. Is probably the best way to describe this character. We were first introduced to this guy in the 86 movie, and I just had to have him. And luckily I did as a kid. Managed to get hold of one of these figures for my birthday. Still boxed, still got all the bits and pieces. Now, the artwork on this one, like for example, the chest piece, actually shows it's white, and also on the top there it shows white. However, it is actually blue, which actually comes with the figure, and a few paint. The paint apps are slightly different from the actual figure you get in the box. Anyway, let's crack this guy open. Now, the thing I loved about this figure was essentially they ignored a part of his transformation. It was never acknowledged. We saw the figure, we saw part of the vehicle mode, but we never actually acknowledged it character-wise, which is really strange. Even in the comic books, they never really acknowledged part of this guy's transformation. If I just remove him out of the styrofoam, like so, I think I've got all the bits there. Yep. Okay. I'll just show you all the bits and pieces I've got there. So I'm just trying out some new lighting, and it's not brilliant. Right, as you can see, this is Ultra Magnus in his vehicle carrier mode. Obviously, the front truck. I can't even talk properly. The front truck aspect of the vehicle, which is what I was talking about just now, it was never really acknowledged. I mean, it's a repaint of a G1 Prime, but it was never really acknowledged as a separate transformer. Even though it has his own robot and alt mode, which I found really, really strange. But you did get a gun, two little fists for the smaller cab, two larger fists there, and you got a spare little waist belt there. I mean, essentially the figure itself is brilliant. I do actually really, really like it in his alt mode. It's kind of hard to put into words, but these, for example, look so out of place. You would, robots in disguise. If you see a car carrier coming down the road and it's got these huge, humongous fucking rocket launchers on the front, you are going to move out the way. But saying that aside, if we were to remove that, does it look like what it's supposed to? Yes, it does. It looks pretty much spot on. You know, if you were to say this was like a Tonka toy or some, you know, something along those lines, you know, Hot Wheels, something like, you know, car carrier. Yeah, it is exactly what it is. You know, it functions well. I mean, the rear end, for example, that pulls down so you can drive vehicles up the ramp like so, store vehicles on there. Essentially, what you could do is flip these little side panels there, and you could actually lower that to actually drive cars up. And when you've actually put them back up again, it's a bit stiff. Come on, close your two tabs again, lock them in place, and there you have it. Moves very, very well. You know, back and forth, it pulls it along as it should do. Remove the trailer part for the moment, and we'll look at the cab section. Cab section, essentially a European style truck, I guess. Completely white, a G1 repaint of Optimus Prime. I mean, the original Diaclone, it was an upgrade, you know, a power convoy, which, you know, it was brilliant. It was our first taste of, you know, the Prime being an upgradable kind of vehicle. Of course, front cab flips open like so, where you can store a little mini driver, not the actress, a small person to fit in there. Transformation of this guy, exact same as before as to G1 Prime. Very simple, very easy, very quick, and there you see the Ultra Magnus face. Two little fists pop in like so. And there you have it. And of course, not to forget, mine's a bit loose there, unfortunately. Of course, his gun fits perfectly into his little fist there. I mean, features-wise, of course, it is a Prime, Optimus Prime, with the red evil eyes, really. It's a shame they never really developed this as an individual character, you know, or even acknowledge that this was a Prime and this was his upgrade armor kind of set, which, I don't know, they developed it later on with the other Primes and the power suits, but unfortunately not with this one. They could have gone either way, either acknowledge this as a separate robot or as a Prime, really, which is a shame. But anyhow, of course, this is only part of his transformation. I do like the little details in this figure. The chrome, I mean, anything chrome is brilliant. But like the little yellow fog lights at the front there. Again, the chrome, I mean, it's essentially, yes, it is a Prime. It is a repaint of a Prime. But because of, I don't know, what I'm trying to say is it's unique to itself. Yes, it's Ultra Magnus, yes, it's Prime. But, you know, you take one look at that and you know it's a Prime because it looks so different from the G1 Prime that we know and love. Either essentially it's the same mold. But anyway, as I said, this is only part of his mode. For remove the fists and remove his guns, and what we do is we simply tuck his arms away to his back like so. So he's kind of semi-transformed in his cab mode with his little head popping up the top there. And then we flip his feet down, and now he's ready for his Ultra Magnus combination mode. And to do that, we grab the trailer like so. Flip these forward. Flip these to the side. Move these up like so. And we get the bigger fists now, because we like a bit of fisting. Like so. Lock those into place. Now we take the original rocket launchers, and now these plug into the side. Move them like so, and one more. Now, what we have here in the back here is where the trailer piece attaches to the cab, like so, into there. That simply gets removed and becomes his cod piece. eat that Batman. Yeah, so what we do now is we take the cab, and where it was fixed in originally, basically where his fists would normally plug in, it attaches to the main body like so. I mean, his wheels basically are actually aligned in these little gaps there to make it fit in perfectly. This one's not quite straight on yet, come on. Yeah. Unfortunately, mine's are a bit loose on the fists, they keep popping off. I mean, he doesn't look too bad as he is now, but then we get the Ultra Magnus helmet, like so. Very nice sculpting, very nice detailing on that. I like the silver along the sides and on the face. Pop that on his head like so. And then you've got the original gun which he held there. You flip that around and suddenly he's got a huge motherfucking gun in his hand. You know, that's one huge fucking cannon there. And, you know, just looking at that, he is a beast of a figure. I mean, this is going back to the 86, and, you know, he doesn't have any articulation on the waist or the legs or anything at all. I mean, he does roll because of the wheels on his feet like so there. But he has complete 360 articulation around the arms. You know, he turns at the elbow there, up and down to the side, and mine is absolutely loose and everything's falling off. You know, his head doesn't move at all, but it's to be expected for a G1 figure. But he is one mean looking figure. You know, you can understand, you know, is his size alone compared to, you know, I mean, most of the figures were probably about that. I mean, Prime himself is about that big. You know, and it was absolutely fantastic to have this kind of vehicle, you know, transformer in your collection back in the day. You know, in terms of detailing wise, absolutely brilliant. Absolutely love it. You know, little grooves here, and the colours just work. It really does work, because you know, the blue against the red against the white, and the figure and the cab is white. You know, even turning the figure around, you know, of course you do see his back end there, which, you know, is unfortunate. But then again, it works because it's all in, you know, it's all in keeping with the original colour scheme. You know, it's Generation 1 Ultra Magnus. You know, he is as iconical as Prime is. You know, they both do go hand in hand. But anyhow, I hope you've enjoyed this review. I'm going to try and get some more in.